Hey, family. Wow, I just had like the most incredible afternoon with my nephew, and just amazing random experiences. Walking down, there's a parade and kind of a local fair happening here. It happens every year. It always brings all of the old neighborhood kids back. So we've just been kind of reconnecting and playing, and group photos and big meals and stuff like that. Anyway, part of it is a craft fair, and there's music, and my nephews are playing. And anyway, my nephew and I are walking down to the craft fair, and I've had some reasons to be concerned about the choices that my brother, his father, had made. And really kind of hanging on to some feelings of judgment and maybe a little resentment. And I was given some new perspective by my 22, 21-year-old nephew on his life and his experience and the brother's experience and how things are going for them and stuff like that have just like given me such a new vision on reality and how my judgments can be so wrong. So anyway, of course I started crying because I'm just having this experience of like really connecting with my nephew and seeing, what a brilliant man he is, and his emotional intelligence and his ability to communicate and his happiness in his life, and how, functional and nice and normal he is, even as a result of what I had perceived as my brother's failure. And he showed me, let me see kind of what a brilliant young genius my younger nephew is at 12 years, I don't know, maybe he's 14 or 15 now. But, really loving spending the time with his mother that he is, and really just being smart and happy. And anyway, so we get to this fair, which we were forewarned sucked because there was no food this year because of a COVID thing. It's a long story. And so we go in and we're kind of tooling around. We're like, yeah, it's a bunch of crafts people. And we're like, we take a look at some of the crafts, and we're like, okay. And we're about to leave. And I say to my nephew, I said, Nick, let's take a little bit of a different tack at this, all right? Let's do this. I said, let's find someone who looks like they make their own stuff. So we went in this booth of this, I don't know, beautiful silver-haired 80-year-old angel sitting there alone. Asked her, do you make all this yourself? She said, I surely do, honey. And so we get to talking, and I'm asking her questions. I say, okay, well, what's the difference in the materials? How do you choose? And she's like, how did you learn? And which pattern is your favorite? Which one feels like, when you're doing it, things are really, really flowing? She said, oh, absolutely this one. And she showed me this basket that she'd made when she was in the flow, and we got stories about her grandchildren and stories about her life and why she started doing it and what she likes about it. So I, of course, bought her piece, her favorite, and then we went on to a guy who turns wood bowls, and same thing. Got into that conversation. Said, hey brother, how you did this is beautiful, beautiful work. He said, thank you. I said, God, you must have been doing it all your life. He said, no, 5 years. He said, 5 years, and then he went on to tell me the story of his life. He's a chemical engineer at a paper plant, and he's lived in Africa, and he's lived in, Finland and, Nordic states, and he's had a life, and he retired out here, and he said, I need to have something to do. Then he told us about the different types of wood, the personalities of the different types of wood, what'll do what'll stand what, and he shared his passion. So as I walk away, I'm asking him, all right, do you take a card? He said, no, I don't take a card, cash or check. And I said, oh. He had showed me this one piece that was a piece that had some imperfections because of this. I'll take the one with the imperfections. And he doesn't take charge. So he said, I tell you what, he said, here's my card. You take this bowl. And he says, when you decide to pay it, and then he said, if you decide to pay for it, I'll be glad to do it. So if any of you guys are wondering what a fun thing to do would be with friends or with your family or your children, go grab a handful of money, go down to a local craft fair and meet these fucking passionate artists who are going to be grateful for being seen. Fuck. I love love. Love you all. Thank you for giving me me. Thank you.